we all learned that truth is the backbone of journalism. And here's my question for you, sir. In this COVID pandemic situation, we think that doctors and nurses are the frontline warriors. But in our eyes, the TV reporters, journalists, they are equally frontline warriors because they give us the news, data, and statistics. Without those, we'll be getting nowhere. So here's my question. In this COVID situation, what are the challenges that you face, and how do you risk your lives during this pandemic? And finally, how do you overcome these challenges?
Well, Sai, the basic challenge over the last 1 year, particularly when the pandemic began, when the lockdown was put in place, we had a higher degree of difficulties. One was the restriction to travel. As a journalist, you're supposed to go to the place, report from on the ground. And that was a challenge because there was no transport, there were restrictions, there were COVID challenges, COVID safety protocols in place. You can't go to a hospital where COVID patients are. So that was a major challenge. And in that situation, we largely depended on communicating to people on the phone. You can't go to a hospital, you can't go to meet a patient or the family, but you try to reach them on the phone. And not always you would get the numbers, not always they would be free to speak to you. So what we did was to also depend use of technology and social media. A lot of people themselves who faced situations, who faced challenges, who were tested positive, who found difficulties in terms of accessing healthcare, accessing hospital admission, all those things. They also shared their experiences on social media, maybe on Facebook, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on Twitter. So we were able to get a sense of what's happening around across our city, across the state through that. But that was only a kind of a tip. That was only a kind of a lead. But as a journalist, it was a huge challenge to find out who they are. Really, you trace them, at least one or two people, call them, speak to them, get a sense of the difficulties, get a sense of how well the hospitals responded, how well the government policies worked for them. That was one way we were able to communicate. As I told you, again, we battled so much of fake news on WhatsApps or on social media. Again, it was a huge challenge to find out what is true, what is not true, so that people get to understand what was right. Thirdly, journalists themselves faced many challenges. Many of our journalists themselves tested positive in many television headquarters like Chennai. Many television stations are based here, Tamil channels. 20, 30 people in a bulk, they got tested positive. And that was a huge challenge to get them hospitalized, to get them treated, all those things. Thirdly, the industry suffered in a big way. How do television channels, newspapers survive? Their main source of revenue is the advertisement revenue. People give advertisements in newspapers and television. They pay money for that, and that is being used to fund us, to fund our investigation, to fund our salaries, to help us move, travel, fly to places where we need to report. And because of the pandemic, because of the countrywide lockdown, the business, the industry suffered very hard. And immediately they stopped advertising on newspapers or television because they don't have any revenue. They didn't have any business. When they stop advertisements in a big way, you may have seen advertisements on televisions and newspapers, but say, for example, if they paid 1 lakh rupees for a particular advertisement package, now they would have been paying only 10,000 rupees. So either we lost revenue or our revenues dropped drastically, because of which many journalists lost jobs. Many journalists also suffered salary cuts. Of course, now we have been able to recover. Many of them got back jobs. Many of them got back their salary, the earlier salaries. But still, job loss is a fact. Many have lost their jobs, and they not all have been taken back. So that was a major crisis journalists themselves have been facing. But let alone that, that has not really stopped journalists from reporting. There are still people who go to the ground and report. Say, for example, when the pandemic struck, you saw television reports of how thousands of migrant laborers were walking all the way back home to their home states, be it Bihar, be it Odisha, be it West Bengal. And that was possible only because there were some journalists who took the pain to go into those locations, to reach those places, not mindful of the risk they take because they could also contract the virus. They could also turned positive, but still they did their responsibility. They did their job in a very responsible, in a very careful way, not really be bothered about what is happening around them. So on the one hand, we suffered losses, challenges, but still the work went on. And that was one positive thing. And all those pressure put on the government to put in place systems. They ultimately arranged special trains for these people to be taken back. They ultimately streamlined the admission process. Nobody knew how many wards, how many beds were available. Then they made it very transparent. A website was set up. Every government was putting it on record, on public domain, how many beds are available in each hospital. So that became much easier. Vaccination was streamlined. So all these had its own positive impact in making things easier for the common man who doesn't have technology, who doesn't have the resources to go search for places. But that way, journalists, I think they've done a commendable job in spite of all these challenges. And then interviewing leaders, interviewing bureaucrats was a major challenge because all these turned virtual. There was no physical interaction to meet the chief minister, to meet the health minister, to meet the health secretary. Many turned completely virtual. Press meets were completely virtual. So although press meets were held virtually, sometimes the challenge was when you are in person, you can raise your voice, you can show your hand, you can draw attention to get a specific question answered by authorities. But when you're in virtual mode, you're able to clearly receive what those officials, what the government is saying, but you're not effectively able to really challenge it or put a question or put a counter question to get more clarity on what they're trying to say. So that's a challenge. Although technology enables communication, it's not the same way as smooth as a two-way communication in the form of a in-person press meet. So that challenge still continues even now. And then we had elections. Again, elections, many would criticize. Elections led to the spread of the COVID virus in a big way, particularly in the second wave. What we see now, the spike in numbers, that's because of large-scale campaigning. Many of the leaders, be it the chief minister, be it the prime minister, all of them, at one level, they asked people not to gather in large numbers, to follow social distancing. But the same leaders addressed mass public meetings where there were thousands or lakhs of people gathered. And that in the long run contributed to the spread of the virus. Again, that was a challenge to go on the ground and report. But again, technology made that possible. Almost every political party was also streaming their political campaign meetings live. Many television channels also. You had to go because only then your television channels can go live on that. So those teams took the risk, but many also were able to follow it remotely without actually having to go to the public meeting locations, because many political parties themselves were streaming it on YouTube or on their social media pages. Watching that, we were able to report what those leaders speak, what are the issues they highlight, and all those things. So technology helped. Personal challenges also was a huge hindrance, but largely I think journalism has not suffered in a big way. We were able to manage it. We were able to hold the government accountable. We were able to bring about changes, and we were able to really sustain the responsibility of a journalist, responsibility of journalism over almost more than a year, despite all these challenges.
It's really touching to hear that in search of truth, you're risking your lives, sir. Don't worry, we'll keep you and your family in our prayers.
Thank you.
We love and respect you.
Thank you, Sai.